from articles online that I've read, that you started learning how to cook as a student.
Since I've been to university and I had to learn to fend for myself, and you know, I'm sure like any other Malaysian that goes abroad, they crave their mother's food, they crave Malaysian food. So I was in Oxford, so there are not a lot of Malaysian food out there, and things are expensive when you're a student, so you want to learn to cook as much as you can at home. And I have an interest in it. I generally have an interest, so I didn't know how to boil an egg when I went to uni. My mum and I would converse in either Skype or long distance phone call, and to learn it like that. So it's been a long journey, but a slow journey.
You've never had like any formal training in cooking?
No, I love to now, but no, I haven't. Being a chef or being a cook has never really crossed my mind. I cook for hobby. I love cooking, I love experimenting. So it's never crossed my mind that I want it as a career. I love it and I have the knowledge of it. I know what I like and what I don't like, but it never really crossed my mind I can have a career in food up until a couple of years ago. That I truly, really kind of fall in love with it and think, hang on, maybe I could make a career out of this.
I mean, that sounds fantastic. I mean, like, from someone who didn't know anything about cooking to winning UK MasterChef.
I'm in a country that's really kind of champions culinary techniques and skills. We have fantastic restaurants in London, throughout the country. You know, the best restaurant best top 5 restaurants is in London. So, you know, they have a lot of cookery shows here, a lot of cookery books. People do love watching cookery shows. So there's like there for you to learn and for you to grasp. And also dining out here is lovely, and it is very kind of different from Malaysia. Malaysia is very much sociable, and you know, you go out, you go yum cha, you know, you know that, you know, sitting out in the outdoor area, whatever time it is, after partying, eating satay and stuff. Here it's much more formal, it's much more kind of international cuisine. So it's kind of different, and because I'm lucky enough to actually experience both, that I think, you know, it helps me to try to fuse those two together.
Yeah, I can see that, like from the photos of the winning dishes, the nasi lemak and the wonton noodles, especially the wonton noodles, they don't look anything like the wonton noodles we get here in Malaysia. How did you come up with that?
I guess it's all like my experience in dining out in different places, and also seeing what other people, I'm always interested in seeing what other people are doing. So I love dining out, I love going to different countries, gathering experiences. Every time I go to somewhere new, I would look at what they do, and I'll write it down, I'll take a picture of it. So I guess it teaches me, this competition taught me how to think out of the box, you know. Being in Spain opened up my my creativity. Like, you know, you can be creative, and you know, if it works, it's fantastic, but there are times where it doesn't as well. So I remember the first time I made that dish, it wasn't quite right. So, but by making those mistakes, I know where I can correct them. So it's quite fun as well to be able to think out of the box. How can I make this a little bit different? Now with the last nasi lemak, I love it so much. It's technically a national dish, and I didn't want to make it different. I want to add things to it to make it more sumptuous. But I love the way it is. I love the way the sambal and the rice and the eggs, I love all the textures together, and that's what I want to bring to the show, is the different textures, how I love eating it.
What's the one surefire go-to dish that you can whip up, like you know, it's the back of your hand, and you know it's a sure winner with like guests or people coming over for dinner?
Normally I would do a curry kapatan because I love it. And it's such a fresh curry. It's not a heavy curry, and it's a good introduction to Malaysian flavors because it's got galangal in there, it's got lemongrass, it's got you know, tamarind, and it's got a little bit of coconut milk, and it's so delicious with white rice. You know, you can't go wrong with that. And to serve with that, I always whip up a stir-fry iceberg lettuce. Is how my mum does it. Flash fry them with oyster sauce and loads of garlic, just to actually crispen it up. You know, that eaten with the curry. You know, it's something that I know that I know at the top of my head I can do it there and then. And another dish that I love, which is not so much of a group pleaser, but my husband loves it and my in-laws love it, is sambal hati, which is sambal curry chicken livers, which I use, you know, dry prawns in it to make a sauce, and it's delicious with the chicken livers. If you love chicken livers, and I eat it. I actually particularly love it when I eat it with my hands. How we eat it at home, because I've got a lot of relatives who are Muslim. Two of my closest cousins are married to Muslims, so we kind of eat that at home anyway. So something that I always would cook.